I.S.U.P.K.
Shalom, be more. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, and we teach the truth about this Bible, that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. Take me to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Not only we teach the truth about this Bible, that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people, we teach how the Lord told our people to live life. The Chinese man has a way of life for his race of people. It's called Buddhism. The Arab has a way of life for his race of people. It's called Islam. Every race of people, the white man has a way of life for his people called democracy, Christianity, capitalism. Even though it's wrong, they have a way of life for their race of people. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the way of life that our God taught us to live is to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments in this Bible. And the problem with our people is the Christian church has taught our people and stolen love and life from our people. The reason why we have so many problems in the black community, all of the murder, all of the drug addiction, all of the poverty and homelessness and depression and drug addiction, is because the Christian preachers have not taught us what God said. The reason why life is so difficult for our people and not difficult for the Chinese and the Arabs and the Africans here in America is because they have the culture of their race of people. They serve the gods of their race of people. And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we serve the Arabs' God and their culture in Islam, the white man's God and their culture in Christianity, and homosexuality, and gangsterism, and drug dealerism, and get highism, and being a mobster and a goonism. That's the white man's way of life. The Lord never made that way of life for us. We out here to save the lives of our people because following the other races of people has ruined our family. You understand? Read what the Lord said. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments. The Lord said, behold. The Lord is saying, look, if you black, Hispanic, or Native American, everything in your life as a black man, you are taught to share. The businesses in your neighborhood are Arab businesses, the white man's got businesses, the Asians got businesses. You tell to share your wealth in your own neighborhood. When you go to celebrate something, you taught to share what you love with the white man, celebrating his high holy days, his 4th of July, his independence. This is the one thing on the earth that God said that you're not supposed to share. He gave us his laws, statutes, and commandments, which is the heritage of our race of people, just like the Arabs have Islam and the white man got Christianity. The problem is we have never been taught about our heritage. Right. Who is the black God? Who is the God for our people? The Arabs made a God for their people called Allah. Well, who's the God for black people? Who the God of the Negro? Who the God of the Afro? The God of the braids, of the wide nose and the big lips? Who's our God? We know the police come to save white people, but when the police get there to me and you, we're not getting saved. We know the white man is able to get assistance and not be looked at as a lazy criminal, but if you need assistance, guess what? They call us deadbeats. They call us all kind of names. The white boy can shoot up the school and kill 30 people. The police won't hurt him and take him in jail. A black man can get stopped at a traffic stop. Police will beat you and me half to death. Why is that? Because the culture that God made for our people, the Christian pastor has taught us not to follow. The Christian pastor has taught us to follow the white man's way of life. And that is the cause of all of our problems. And we're going to show you in the Bible, man. God never intended for life to be this type of struggle for you. God ain't never intended for you to sell no damn dope and be willing and have to lose your whole damn life. For one chance getting caught, your entire life is gone. God ain't made that up, man. The white man set that up. And the only reason it made it to the black neighborhood is because the white man worked with black Christian preachers to flood the ghetto with dope. Reverend I.S.U.P.K is an FBI agent that worked with the mafia and the United States government to flood Baltimore, Richmond, Oakland, New York City, Jersey, all of the port cities, all of the major cities with heroin, with cocaine, with weed. The white man worked with the preachers to do this to us. You wondering how you ended up with that blunt in your hand? How you ended up with cigarettes in your hand when it tell you on the box that the cigarettes cause cancer? Why is our people so stressed that we are willing to do something that our entire race dies, #1, from cancer? How will all of us go and do the same thing? Because the Christian preacher that made life horrible for us. You don't understand the burden of responsibility the Lord put on a man in charge of our people. And the Christian preachers accept no responsibility for their failure in what they were required to do, being in care of the lives of our people. But they accept all of the money, which is the damn problem. Keep reading, brother.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
Even as the Lord my God. When you read the Bible, because of Christianity, we have all of these demons on our people that we believe that the God in this Bible is the God for everybody. When it say the Lord my God, the word my is a possessive pronoun. Just like if you say this is my house, it's my kids, or my money, if somebody else come to work and pick up your check, you would say, what the hell are you doing with my check? That's got my name on it. Well, God in this Bible got your name. We got the Lord's name. The Arabs don't have the Lord's name. This Bible is not for an Arab. The white man does not have God's name. This Bible is not for the white man. The Africans and East Indians don't have God's name. This Bible is not for them. Black man, your name is Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power. That is your name. This is our mail. These letters in the Bible that Paul wrote, the disciples wrote, the prophets wrote, these letters are addressed to you. They addressed to me. They addressed to Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Guatemalans. This Bible is only for our family. That's why it say the Lord thy God. It's showing ownership. Your God. You understand? Keep reading. Thy means your.
That ye should do so in the land, whether ye go to possess it.
Wherever we go on the earth, meaning if you leave Baltimore and go live in Detroit, or go live in Chicago, or we end up in Mexico, or Puerto Rico, or anywhere we go, we are supposed to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Don't you know imagine how evil this is. You got children, you love your children, right? You would tell your children, like, anytime you got to have your kids, don't jump off the steps, you're going to hurt yourself. Don't touch the stove, you're going to burn your hand. Don't eat all that junk food, it's going to make you sick. And then somebody come behind you trying to tell your children what's good for them and say, man, your daddy don't know what the hell he talking about. Eat all the candy you want. You want to jump from the 3rd step? Jump from the top step. You know what? You want to touch the stove? Stick both hands in the stove. You would say, you're trying to kill my son. You're trying to get my son hurt. The Christian preachers have done this exact thing to our people.
That's right.
You know how we ended up #1 with high blood pressure and gout and strokes? Because the Christian preacher told us God said it was okay to eat pork. The Christian preacher told us God said it was okay to eat shrimp.
But when you get the high blood pressure, the very first thing the doctor tell you is to stop eating shellfish and lay off the pork. But it's right here in the Bible. It's right here in the Bible. We don't know because we've been raised Christians. Do you know who's number 1 and number 2 in every cancer? Blacks and black people. The black man followed by the black woman. Do you know who's directly underneath of our people in cancer and AIDS and strokes and heart attacks? Our brothers, the Hispanics. The Mexicans, the Salvadorians, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans. The white man ain't hardly dying in America. Most of the death happening in the country is happening to us, but we only 12% of the damn country. How does that happen? Because the Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, but the preacher told us we didn't have to follow them. And that hurts our family. Just like it would hurt your children if you told them don't touch the stove, and then somebody else tell them they can touch the stove. Everybody's kids gonna get their hands burned, right or wrong. Well, guess what? Aren't we up to 300 murders in Baltimore? Our kids getting their damn hands burned. Ain't it 2 million of us in prison? Our kids getting their damn hands burned. That's what's happening to our people. That's why the Lord sent us to read what's in the Bible, so we can teach our people the way the Lord told us to live. Keep reading, brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. Keep, therefore, and do them.
The Lord says keep and do them. Why is the Lord saying keep and do them? Because to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments and do them. All right? We're going to show you in the scriptures. Keep reading.
For this is your wisdom.
Is what?
Your wisdom.
God said keeping the law, statutes, and commandments makes us wise. Why does it say that right there? Why does it say that? Drop that, brother. Take me to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Why is the Lord saying keep and do them? Because this is our wisdom. Because in God's laws, statutes, and commandments, how many people know God gave us laws in the Bible telling us to never join another race of people? Anybody ever heard that before? Most of our people have been raised to believe in Martin Luther King's dream, thinking that black people and white people belong together. Black people and white people belong together. Most people believe that, but because that's what preachers have taught us. God in the Bible tell us black people and white people was separated from the time we were still inside the same woman before we were born. God separated us. The problems we having with life right now is because the Christian preachers have taught us to live life like a white man. We read the Bible, which is a book about black people, through the eyes and the mindset of a white man. We know snakes don't talk, but if you got a brother that's stealing everybody's radio and having sex with everybody's woman, what you gonna call him? You call him a snake. See, when you take the Christianity, that's why the brother stopped. When you take the Christianity off of your mind, you can start to realize, wait a minute, don't you know fried chicken is in the Bible? God gave a recipe for fried chicken in the Bible. Fine flour, mingle with oil, and offering of bird meat. Separate the crop and the innards and the gut, and separate the sections and put it in the flour and put it in the oil and baking it in the pan and flip it. Fried chicken is in the Bible. This whole Bible is about niggas. It ain't got nothing to do with white people. But the Christian preacher won't tell us that because they love white people instead of our people. Keep reading, brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32.
1 second. That's right.
How do we fix it?
How do we fix it? This is how we fix it. The brother asked a great question. He said, how do we fix it? This is a wise question, brother. How do we fix it? First thing we got to do, we got to learn to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. And we got to go where the Lord told us to go. Our entire life as a people, we went and we tried Islam. And we found out that the leaders in Islam don't even really believe in Islam. Farrakhan doing Scientology. We went and tried Christianity, and we went to church, and they told us to vote and march and protest, and after 50 years of voting, marching, and protesting, the police are still sicking dogs on brothers, still gunning us down in the streets, except the businesses we had before we protested are all gone. First thing we got to do is keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments and separate. In the ISUPK, just like any good country, any leaders, the Lord set up leadership for our people to follow. But the problem is, we got the righteous leadership because we got tons of leaders that don't care about black people. The mayors, the pastors, the imams, they nowhere around while our people are suffering. What our people need to do is to get in the ISUPK under the leadership the Lord set up. so we can teach brothers and sisters the truth about our heritage, and brothers and sisters need counseling. You understand? This is what the Lord is saying.
That's part of it. But we also need to arm ourselves. I'm not talking about guns. I'm talking about financially, and with skills and with trades that we can circulate in our community to build it. We don't have that.
You're right. You got an excellent point. And what the scripture the brother getting ready to pull right here, that's going to address the same point that you made.
All right, count.
Go ahead, get Zephaniah 2 and 12. Like, these are wise questions. The reason why we have all of these protests and things that do not work, after brothers rioted and burned the city up for Freddie Gray, which was wrong in the actions, but the spirit was correct. That brothers and sisters should be fed up with all the death and the suffering that's happening to our people. The problem is, we don't have the proper knowledge on what to do with the anger that we have. Because right after that, the preacher came out and told everybody love the white man again. Brothers was back murdering each other the following week. Like, we got to learn what to do with that anger. The Lord put that spirit of anger. Brothers is taking out and killing each other, filled with the anger the Lord put in us because our people disobeying him. We gonna get this scripture right here. Pull that, brother. Zephaniah 2 and 12. Go ahead.
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 12. Verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
The first thing the Lord said is we have to gather ourselves together, you understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have to gather ourselves together. You understand? Brotherhood. And what does that mean? That solves the financial problems, because guess what? If we all come together, the Chinese man is not going to get our money for chicken, because I'm going to buy my chicken from you. Because my wife and your wife cook better chicken than Mei Ling. And guess what? The Puerto Ricans and the Dominican sisters can do nails, as opposed to going to the Korean shop where they beat the sister with broomsticks. They beat the grandmother with broomsticks. They beat the young sister with broomsticks and threw acetone in her face. If we were together, there would be none of them in our neighborhood. They'd move. Read it again.
Gather yourselves together. Ye gathered together, O nation, not desired.
This is what our people don't understand. As a race of people, we are not desired in the earth. The Koreans and the Chinese get rich selling wings and fake nails and weave to sisters, but they still hate black women that they see in their business every day. We building up America for the white man, and they hate us, and they see us every day. That's why the Lord is saying that. You understand?
My brother,
you got a question?
I would say that we are desired, but we're not respected, because there's nobody that works harder, thinks smarter, and loves better than black people.
Right.
So when you say that we're not desired, I think that you're incorrect there. But I think that we need to realize our true power, that we have what everybody else does not have.
Now wait, you're right, you got a point, but understand this. When it says not desired, this is what it means. They do not want us amongst them. They want to use us for our labor and our work, like you said. They want to use us to make their NFL rich, to dunk a basketball over a car like Kobe Bryant. But the moment that you say these white people are wrong and you won't stand for the damn Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem in the NFL, the president call you an SOB. The president call you garbage. They want to turn against you. But if a white man get angry, who does not do the jobs that we do, who is not the reason everybody coming to see the NFL and the NBA, who's not sweeping the streets and driving the buses and making the inventions, or picking the cotton and sugar cane, or filling the white man's prison, guess what? The white man get rights and respect. Like, they want us to work, but they don't desire us as a people. This is what the Lord is saying for us to gather together. Our people are separated. One brother's in Islam, one brother trying to get his hustle on, another brother's a Christian, another one want to be mayor, another one want to be president, another one want to sell his record label. Like, our people do everything separate. There's no race of people on the planet where everybody from that race all has their own agenda. Nobody working together. In our own families, the mother want to do something, she don't want to obey the man, the kids doing their own thing, everybody tearing up the daughter, the son in the streets. Our entire family is broken because we don't keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? That's the biggest step. The only place on the earth that will only allow blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Our people thought it was the Nation of Islam at one time, until the brother went over there to Saudi Arabia and found out that this was not a black man's religion, even though he learned that from being in jail. You understand? We thought that Christianity and being a Democrat or Republican was the way, until we marched and voted in protest. Then they elect a Klansman in the White House to tell the police to kill more black people. Donald Trump. Like, we thought that going to church was the answer. And we went to church. And guess what happened in church? A white boy came into church and killed us. Killed everybody. You understand? All our children got molested. Like, the way that we got to do is to come where the Lord said to be. The only place is in the ISUPK, brother. That's right. One thing our people have not done. You understand?
And everything you're saying is true. And I rock with it. I don't want you to
that's
feel
what
like
the Lord said.
I don't feel like I don't want you to feel like I'm opposition.
Right.
But we got to do more than talk. We have to go into those neighborhoods that have the dilapidated houses where the black people are going to get pushed out anyway, but the white people get in there. We have to buy those houses. That's what I'm working to do.
You said we
have to do that.
You said we have to, like in the future, right?
Now.
Like, you saying we, like, who is the we that you're talking about?
Black people. If we're talking about
the brothers and sisters in the school are buying houses and fixing them. They do home restoration. Yeah, we teach classes. In Minnesota, in California, all over. We do go into prisons and teach brothers how not to end up in prison. In Baltimore on the street before they go to prison. And after they don't listen to us for 10 years and end up in prison, we go and teach them in there too. We teach brothers and sisters how not to have your children be molested in the Christian church and in the mosque. And then after they end up being molested and become lesbians and homosexuals and drug addicts, we come out here to teach our brothers and sisters because our family is destroyed. This is what the Lord said that our people don't realize. That through the foolishness of preaching, it be pleased the Lord to save his people. We have talents and skills and abilities. The problem is our people all choose their own leadership who they like best. And that's what destroys our people. Because we still the smartest, we run the fastest, we punch the best, we jump the highest, we the most entertaining. Right, the Lord said, seek ye the kingdom first, you understand? That's what the Lord wants. This is my question to you. You gonna come join your brothers so we can build up this nation.
I'm already a part of it.
No, I'm talking about in the school. It's movements going everywhere. Marches had movements. We still ended up getting killed after the march was over. Now, we got to do what the Lord said. When it said gather yourself together, the nation not desired, we not gathered for just a movement. We gathered to build our nation up and repair the damage that's been done to our people. You can't fix black people without the Spirit of the Lord. You're not going to get our people from killing and murdering each other without the Spirit of the Lord. The Panthers tried. You understand? The Nation of Islam tried. We went to church, that tried. We still ended up murdering and killing each other and in prison. You understand? Yeah. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna let you.
Do you teach the young black men trades?
Do we teach them trades? Yes. The most important trade that a black man will ever learn is how to be a prophet of God. That's the most important thing. That's not you understand?
But when you're
like iron working, like leather working, like iron working or leather working. If my air conditioner breaks down, there's a brother in the school called I.S.U.P.K. And he does HVC and puts in the air conditioner and the heating units, you understand? If my car breaks down, there's a brother called Masharak Ya'Allah who will fix your car quicker and better than any Japanese or Chinese man, and you won't have to get bust upside the head to do it. You understand? If I want chicken, I don't have to go to the Chinese man, because this brother wife make chicken much better than the Chinese man, and she'll bring us a whole damn van full of chicken while we out here to raise up our brothers and sisters. So we don't need the other nations, but guess what I do need? I do need my brother.
That's right.
I need my brother. I can go learn how to do electrical work and be a mechanic. I can go get a degree, become a scholar, but I got to seek the kingdom first. And guess what the kingdom is? Go to the highways and byways and compel them to come in that are lost. My kinsmen according to the flesh. You my kinsmen according to the flesh, brother. That's why we out here. Damn right, brother. That's why we out here. And what we gonna do? Through the Spirit of the Most High in Christ. Because this not just us talking. We was brothers on the other side too. Some brothers was everywhere. The military, on dope, selling dope, in gangs. Brothers was in church. Brothers was in the mosque. But we building up our race of people. That's the one thing nobody else is interested in doing. Saving the life of another black man. Right. Nobody want to save a black man's life, or a Mexican's life, or a Puerto Rican's life. Everybody on the earth would rather go to some far country and save an African, or save a Nigerian, or save somebody in some jungle somewhere. Save the whales, save the dolphins. I want to save Tyrone. Can we save Ray Ray? Can we save Mike? Can we save Man? I mean, goddamn. I want to save our people, because guess what? That was the mission Christ sent the disciples on. And you talking to them same disciples that then died and came back many times over, still doing the same mission.
Nobody tells you crap. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it works out.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packs I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?